Invade. Chapter 8 Invasion. As time passed, although Xu Luo's divine domain was shrinking, his strength was also increasing. Although he did not get new genes or new species, he had more power of faith at hand, and he also improved the existing Zerg. As long as the gods are willing, the strength of the subordinate species can also be rapidly improved. There is no cultivation among the Zerg race. If they want to become stronger, they can only integrate new genes, or devour the flesh and blood of other creatures, or directly consume the power of faith. The time ratio between God's domain and reality is 10 times. 1 day has passed in reality, and God's domain has 10 days. After 1 day, one will naturally get more benefits. After saving for a period of time, Xu Luo spent 30,000 faith power to buy a small resource card, iron ore. After being devoured by the Zerg, it can increase the weak defense, and also allow the mayfly to slowly collect evolution points. In addition, it is to spend 50,000 faith power to advance the Empress. It was directly promoted from the 9th rank of bronze to the 1st rank of silver. Zerg Mother Queen, Zerg Leader, capable of laying insect eggs, spiritually linking the whole clan, and achieving control. Rank, Bronze 9th rank, Lord rank. Skill, Spawn, 100 per day. This is the original attribute of the Empress. After advanced, the evolution direction Xu Luo chose was not to improve the quality of the eggs, but another one, asking for the quantity. The Zerg individual strength is inherently weaker than species of the same level. It is not worthwhile to spend 3 or 4 times the price to reach the level of others. It is better to continue to follow the path of quantity. Zerg Mother Queen, Zerg Leader, capable of laying insect eggs, spiritually linking the whole clan, and achieving control. Rank, Silver 1st rank, Lord rank. Skills, Spawn, 500 per day, Man of Steel, Escort. Faith, 500 per day. The output has directly increased by 5 times, allowing Xu Luo to accumulate more eggs. At this time, apart from the 5,000 bouncing worms and 5,000 armor worms in Xu Luo's hands, the rest are 2,000 acid worms. At this time, Xu Luo remembered that he had obtained 2 genes from Xiangyang's god's domain before. He forgot before, and he only remembered when he was reminded whether the master system evolved Zerg. Bouncing bugs and sawgrass can evolve into praying mantises, armor bugs and snails can evolve into beetles. Advancement requires 10 points of power of faith. Now Xu Luo naturally doesn't have that much power of faith, so he advanced a part. Although more evolution points are consumed every day, but also more power of faith is gained. 2,000 acid worms can provide 12,000 points per day. Mantis worms are at the 5th level of bronze, and each can provide 5 points. If you have evolved 1,000 of them first, you will get 5,000 points. The beetle is at the 4th level of bronze, and each can provide 4 points. But not for the time being, the other 9,000 points add up to 900 points, plus the 500 points of the Queen Mother. Now Xu Luo can get more than 18,000 faith power every day. In the real world, it would be as many as 180,000. This is also the case, so Xu Luo feels that the time is ripe now, and he can do something else. Zerg needs a lot of resources and a variety of genes if they want to develop. They may not be able to buy these, but they still need to grab them by themselves. As a person from an ordinary family, if you want to get everything, you can only rely on yourself. Xu Luo has decided to be an intruder. His target is these newcomers who have just opened up God's domain. Novice God's domain is the novice village for novice gods. They can leave as long as they stay for 10 years. Of course, if they feel that they don't need protection, they can leave early by themselves, but few people will do this. Of course, as newborns, Xu Luo and the others will not be able to meet these old people for the time being. Xu Luo still had a bottom line. He was ashamed to plunder his compatriots from the human camp, so when he chose his opponent, he directly blocked people from the same human camp. After accumulating for a period of time, all the Zerg under him have evolved, and the Empress has also been strengthened. He spent a breeding card to double the reproductive capacity, and now he can get 1,000 eggs every day. It is precisely because of this that Xu Luo started to invade. After a while, the others will develop, and the group of wealthy families will be stronger, so he may not have an advantage. Using the God's Domain search card bought with 10,000 faith power, he started looking for his first target. The search card can search for other people's gods, but Xu Luo blocked the human camp in advance, so the only ones he found were those of other races. In fact, very few people use this card, so what if they find God's Domain? They directly refused to fight with you. In the early stage, the gap between everyone was not so huge. Few people could forcibly enter other people's gods. At that time, it would only waste 10,000 faith power. Xu Luo used it, of course, with his own confidence. After accumulation, he now owns 10,000 beetles, 10,000 praying mantises, and 10,000 acid worms. And all the power of faith has been spent to upgrade to the 9th level. The power of faith provided every day alone is as much as 270,000. Although his *** domain has shrunk by 1/3, he feels that it is worthwhile for him to accumulate for so long. The search card worth 10,000 turned into spots of light and dissipated in his hand. His consciousness was infinitely magnified, directly beyond his own divine domain, skipping the spots of light around him, and throwing them into the boundless void. Then he was attracted by something, and one spot of light was captured. Keep zooming in, zooming in. God's domain detected. Is it an invasion? Find it. Xu Luo was overjoyed. It was confirmed that it was it. They are all newbies. It has only been about a week since they opened the domain of the gods, and it has only been 2 months in the world of the gods. How strong can they be? The target is far away, and it takes 12,000 faith power to build a teleportation channel. Xu Luo was taken aback for a moment, but still agreed. I don't want my children to be caught by wolves. These early investments are necessary. He urgently needs to improve the strength of his Zerg now. Although he has been promoted to the 9th level of bronze, he only has a level and has no ability. Others orthodox 9th level of bronze can beat him. He needs to plunder more resources to improve their abilities. Strength. If he wants to become a deity, he only needs to wait for 3 days, but it is useless. He is also the weakest deity who can't even defeat ordinary demigods, and will definitely die laughing. Not to mention that there are a large number of legendary species under his command. He must have gold, right? Now there are only some bronze species, and there are not many of them. How can they be ashamed to become gods? Such strength can certainly be successful in igniting the divine fire, but it is a joke to raise the kingdom of God and enter the star realm. Even if Xu Luo does not become the strongest novice god, it is impossible for him to be too weak. The contract has been sent. You can invest with confidence. End of this chapter. Popular today. 1. The world of gods rises from the Zerg. 65